Sometimes, good deals are just plain old good deals. Flights to deep South America are notoriously expensive. There's a virtual line drawn across the continent. Peru, Colombia, and Ecuador are relatively inexpensive to fly to from North America. Brazil, Argentina, and Chile, forget about it. So when I saw that there was a way to get from DR to Sao Paulo, or even from the US to Sao Paulo, for $300 in comfort, keyword comfort, I booked that faster than you can say Arajet. By the way, the score that I give a flight or a resort is always relative to the price that I paid, and that price is always in the description. Let me welcome any of you that might be new to the channel. My name is Kevin. I'm here to give you a self-funded and honest look at some of the best and some of the not so best airlines and hotels in the world, which I've been bringing to you full-time for the past 4 years. Check out my hundreds of videos, scan the QR code, or click the link in the description to learn more about how I do things. Let's get to the airport. I was ending up my trip in the Dominican Republic in La Romana, a resort area that is more or less in between Santo Domingo and Punta Cana. So when I was looking for flights, I had the luxury for searching from both of them. So now we're heading to Santo Domingo. Arajet, operating under that name only since 2022, is the largest airline in DR. Previously, it was known as Dominican Wings, which was founded in 2014. Arajet is an ultra-low-cost carrier with a catch. Flying an ultra-low-cost carrier generally means that it doesn't include the words flying in comfort. But there's one thing about some Arajet planes that makes this possible. I'm talking about the planes that have 2 rows of standard US domestic-style first-class seats. In fact, these are the exact same seats that you'd find on American Airlines in first class. Now, while Arajet doesn't have business class or first class, they simply sell these seats like any other on board. For example, I recently priced out an itinerary from Miami to Sao Paulo via Punta Cana. Their Sao Paulo service now leaves from there. The cheapest base fare was $152, which doesn't include seat selection. But when you get to seat selection, you'll see that the first rows of economy are $30 to select one of those seats, which in its own right is a pretty good price. But those first class seats, just $15 more at $45 per leg. So this flight from Miami to Brazil in September is a whopping $242.10. Even cheaper than what I paid for my flight today, which was $302. Santo Domingo's airport is small but functional enough, and I had a very quick peek at the crowded Sala Caribe lounge, which I accessed with Priority Pass. Again, I stress these upgraded seats include only the extra space for your butt and toes. There's no lounge, there's no free food. It's similar to, except a lot cheaper, Spirit's big front seats. Arajet currently has a fleet of 10 737 MAXs with 25 more on order, and by the time this video comes out, we'll be flying to 23 international and 3 domestic destinations. When I booked my ticket, I don't think I realized that you could book the absolute cheapest fare and still select the good seats. So when I booked it, I chose the extra bundle fare, which included priority check-in and boarding. Like I said, literally the exact same seats you'll find on many airlines in their narrow-body business or first class. And I was surprised that the cabins were even divided. There's no entertainment on board, and the seat doesn't have a ton of features, but it has decent storage and an outlet, which is all I could ask for at this price point. If you're enjoying the video and would like to support the channel, there are many ways that you could do so. A quick like on the video and subscribe helps the videos with the algorithm. You could join my YouTube channel memberships to get early access to some videos and access to all of my community posts. Or you could check out my Patreon where I post the most and can help you out with any travel related questions. Whatever you do, thanks for doing it. Arajet comes from the word Ara, the native Taino word for macaw, hence the bird theme on the bird. On board for a flight this long, I do think that the menu could have a little bit more effort put into it. Everything was affordable, and my chicken wrap was tasty enough. But if they're going to attract more and more passengers flying them for connecting flights, I think a bit more diversity of the real food would go a long way. I did appreciate the captain calling out when we were flying over Venezuela's Los Roques National Park, which was a beautiful view to break up the monotony of 7 hours on a narrow-body plane. The bathrooms on board were a little bit grimy. Perhaps not dirty from this flight, but definitely in need of a deep clean. The rest of the flight had some more views flying over mainland Venezuela before the sun began to set over Brazil for a nighttime arrival. Service on board was good for what it was, very limited, but they were there when you needed and hidden away when you didn't. All pleasant enough and friendly. So for all intents and purposes, I kinda need to consider this as an economy experience, in which case it's a fantastic product for a really great price. Remembering that my rankings are different from my scores. The ranks are just about what I imagine the airline is trying to do, and my experience compared to that. That's why a low-cost carrier can have a high score, and a full-service carrier could have a low score. Low cost doesn't mean that they don't deliver on what they promise. So for Arajet, we're going for a 7. So I really do hope that you enjoyed this wonderfully cheap flight with me today. If you did, please be sure to click that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss my weekly flight and resort reviews. I'll see you next time for my first of 2 business class flights on LATAM. As always, thanks for watching until the end.